Hey guys, what's up? It's Philbo, and we're going to be talking about two things today. What are Chaos Stones, and what is Authority gear and the Authority fights that we can come across in Chaos Dungeons? So let's go ahead and jump into it and talk about it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our Chaos statue here, and I'm going to put in a rare card, and you'll see this right here. And you may have seen this before, not knowing what it is. This is where we're going to put our Chaos Stones that we have. And if I hit this plus button, you'll be able to see if you have any stones or not. Now, there's a few different ways you can get these stones. So let's just run through them real quick before we jump into the dungeon. So the first way that you can get these is by going to the page shop and going to the Chaos Stone section. So the Chaos Stone section here is going to have these random resonance stone boxes right here. And if I were to click this magnifying glass and look at the info, you can see you'll get a random one of the Chaos Stones, also called resonance stones. So you can get up to 2 of these a day. I've already purchased mine, but they're 50,000 a piece. Definitely want to be getting these every day, and we're going to talk a little bit about why you want these. But you can get up to 2 of these a day. You can also pay 30 rubies for these every single day, up to 10. So I purchased 10 of the uh Castor stones today for 30 each. And then finally, if you go to the Chaos statue and look at the rewards, you'll see that as you go higher in tier, you'll be able to drop some of these Chaos stones. So Alyssa's can be dropped at tier 2, level 2. And then as you go on, you'll see the other resonance stones. Okay. So we're going to actually put in a rare card, and you have to have a rare card to do this. You can't do this with normal or magics. And while you could identify these rare cards, you don't have to ID these in order to run a Chaos Stone. So I'm going to select my Castor's Chaos Stone. There are currently there's 8 Chaos Stones. We've got Alyssa, Boreal, uh, Castor, etc. And they're going to be coming out with a few more of these, but I'm going to go ahead and put my Castor's Chaos Stone in here, and I'm going to activate this, okay? So we're going to jump right into our dungeon. And when we jump in, you're going to see this right here. The dungeon has been imbued with Castor's authority. So that's how you know, okay, I have an authority encounter in my Chaos dungeon. The other thing is, you don't necessarily have to put a Chaos Stone in. Sometimes these will just spawn as you're running rare cards. It has to be rare cards though. So we're going to go through the dungeon. And once you get through 45%, you'll see a portal open. And we'll look at that in a second. But before we do, as you're running through these dungeons here, you'll see these AoE spots. These are going to be different for every single one of the authority encounters that we have. This is Castor's, so this is what Castor's looks like. They're not that big of a deal. Just avoid them and you'll be fine. Okay, so we've just gone through, and the Unstable Realm portal just opened up. You'll get a message that shows you that the realm has opened up. And when we jump in, we are going to be met with a boss fight. The boss fight is going to be Castor's Servant. So we're going to jump in. This is way under level compared to me. I'm 97 and this is 87. So this is going to be a breeze. But keep in mind that if you've juiced your maps up to where it's a higher level, the boss fights for these authority fights are going to be they're going to be more difficult. So we're going to go in, we're going to take out Castor real quickly. And what you'll see is that I had this light and darkness assassin buckler drop here. So this shield just dropped. And What you'll notice on the shield here, this item that was just dropped, is that it has this it's hard to see because I can't actually wear it, but I'll look at another one that I have here. You'll see a purplish glow around authority items, so items that drop from an authority. And what you'll notice on these items is that they have a unique authority option right here in this kind of bluish purple uh, line right here. So this is something that you're going to see on authority items, and you're also going to see this light and darkness, or fire, or air, or water, or whatever authority encounter you had on your map. It's going to drop that specific authority's item. It This dropped a shield this time, but it could have been a weapon. It could have been another piece of gear. One final note before we move on and explain these items is that these items will drop. You'll get one drop from these for for downing the boss, but you can also get the items in the middle of the map when it's an authority map. So make sure you're full clearing your maps that have authority encounters on them so that you have more opportunity to get those items. Okay, so we're here at Enchanting. This is going to make it a lot easier to explain authority here. We just dropped this light and darkness shield from the authority fight that we just did. So if I'm looking at it and I saw that unique authority option here, this is not the only unique authority option that I could have gotten. So I got gear item quality here. I could have gotten a few others. So if I go to option chance here, I can see all the different things I could have gotten on the shield. Could have gotten dodge rate, HP recovery upon block. So these are the different unique options that I could have gotten for the light and darkness shield, or Castor's authority shield. So keep that in mind. If I were to get a shield from a different authority, like say the fire authority, which is Capri, then these options, some of them might be the same, but a lot of the options are different. So this is going to be the same for other pieces of gear, not just shields. It'll be boots, hands, helmets, weapons. You're going to get these different options depending on the authority. The same goes for prefixes and suffixes. There are certain prefixes that are specific to authorities. So the light and darkness shield that we just dropped has the chance to get these different prefixes here. These cannot be rolled on a different piece of gear or a normal piece of gear. And again, these are going to be different based on the authority that dropped the piece of equipment. So if a different authority fight would have dropped a shield, these prefixes, and then we also have suffixes that are specific to authorities. These would have been different options. So this is what you can have on the shield, but it's the same for all other pieces of gear. And there are some really, really nice pieces of gear that you can get from authorities. So one example is we have these Cast Thor's boots, light and darkness boots here. This is also from the same authority fight that we just did. And this one has negative mana cost. And one thing you'll note is that there's ranges on these authority unique options here. So -9 is on the higher end. It might not be that high always, but this is one option you can get on Castor's boots, and lots of people are interested in these because we've got mana problems a lot of times. So if I were to look in here, you could see the different things again that you could potentially roll on this: movement speed, link rune drop chance percent, gear item quality, mana cost. But if I were to put in boots from a different authority, so air, this is the air authority. This drops from Aquila, the Aquila Chaos Stone. If I were to go in here, instead of there being link rune chance percent, you could possibly get Puru encounter chance here. And there's some other things that are different here, like you can't get mana cost percent on these, and then the prefixes again are going to be different than what you're going to get on air or on the other boots that we just looked at. So the air boots here, you can get dexterity as a prefix. If I were to look back at these boots here, you get intelligence, and then the other prefix option was different, and then the suffix options are going to be different. So that's what you need to know about authority gear. Why they're important. One last thing to note is that when you actually get authority gear, and I'm going to take the authority gear here, and it's got all these question marks, unfilled options here. We're going to turn it back normal. It's not going to break your authority gear to revert it back to a normal piece. This will allow you to then start enchanting on it. But you can't add quality to an authority option. So even though I've brought it back normal, I can't then go in and use my quality birth essences to enchant on this. However, if I wanted to, and I had additional quality, like these boots dropped 17% quality on them. If I had the quality modification essence, I could still increase the quality of these boots here. So that's that. Um, there's a lot of different prefixes and suffixes and unique authority options that you probably want to look at so that you can target specific items. I'm going to leave a link to a spreadsheet that has all of those options and prefixes and suffixes for every single authority and all the gear that they drop. So you'll be able to kind of look around and see what pieces are good. But I myself do like to look at getting authority gear because there's a lot of really, really nice things on them. So my hands, for example, here have lightning penetration on them. That's pretty good damage. And then you can see this is an authority option here for a prefix that you can get from time and space, which is the Alyssa authority. So I like to target these. Another piece that I got is a belt that has mana cooldown for the unique authority option on it. And then this one has a really nifty movement skill rune max use count option as a role here. So there's lots of great items that you can get through authority fights, and I think you should probably become a little bit aware of what options are out there on the different gear that the authority fights drop. All right, guys, that's basically it. If I've missed anything or if you're still confused about something, just drop a question in the comment section and I'll do what I can to answer you. But you guys know what time it is. It's time to get back to the grind, so I will catch y'all later.